hands unto thee. Do not be afraid, your fun, saving grace. Do not hesitate, let's reignite your faith. Divine encounters are all alive. Divine encounters, our life's design.
Thank you for joining me on Divine Encounters, season finale of season 1. I am your host, Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo Oracle. And today I have another supernatural story time for you guys. And of course, this is the last supernatural story time for the season, for season 1. And as always, I'm inviting you to make sure that you have high quality H2O with you, because this is not a passive viewing experience, but this is an interactive TV show streamed across the E360 TV network, reaching 400,000, 500,000 people. And I'm inviting you to make sure you have water so that way you're assisting the energy that's moving through your body during this feed today. And as always, I toast to your health. Cheers to all of you. And thank you so much for being here and for sharing your beautiful essence here. I like to invite everyone in the beginning of the feed to drop in the comment section below love and light in whichever manner that looks like for you. It could be candles and heart emojis, but that way we're just reverberating this beautiful essence across the platform. And every Sunday night, I am also live streaming. And every Sunday night, this Sunday night, will be your horoscope blessings and forecasts for the week. And so I invite you to come back to that. And if you enjoy being here with me during this time, you can always join my free meetup group, which I also offer free meditations and some free classes here as well. And it's on meetup.com, Awakened Philadelphia. If you share this feed to 5 different groups or 5 pages, you will allow yourself to win the opportunity to get a personal channeled angel blessing from your angels here on Divine Encounters. And all you have to do is share and then comment that you've shared, and then meet me back here next Wednesday night for your blessing and your message. If you would like to be a guest on my show for season 2 or have some thoughts about season 2, you can go ahead and go to Divine Encounters at e360.com and email me and let me know that you want to be a guest on our show. And I would love to have you and send you an intake form, of course. If you're really appreciating the show, of course, this is not free to make, but you guys can support here with the virtual tip jar. And thank you for all of our sponsors and supporters who help with the show and help create this to move forward and allow this humanitarian mission to move forward. So thank you for all of you and your unwavering support. If you have any season 2 suggestions, I'm here for it. Put it in the comment section below, live or the replay, and I'm wanting to hear all of your thoughts. Awesome. All right, guys. So without further ado, I am bringing my guest tonight here, Ariela Strauss, who is a fiction writer. She's going to be talking to us all about her guides and her supernatural soul connections. So without further ado, let's bring her on and give her the big, beautiful hearts, thumbs, heart, everything you want to throw at her in the comment section below. Show her some love. Let's bring her on. Hi, Ariela. Thank you for being here in Divine Encounters with us today.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing well. We're so honored to have you here today. And Uriel, for whatever reason, none of your comments, I see you commenting, but none of your comments are actually showing up. Just letting you guys know that it's not coming up. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Ariela, who you are and what you do.
Yes, well, first, thank you for having me on here. I'm from Texas. That's where I reside, in the Austin area. I'm an author, as you said. I'm also a newly performing arts on a theater stage, now virtual. And I'm also an energy healer as well.
Wow. Give it up for the light workers over there, guys. That's fantastic. So I know you're going to give us a lot of beautiful things. How long have you been an energy worker for?
I would say I've had the gift for a long time, as we'll get into the show, but in the past year and a half, I've tapped into it with my spiritual awakening, which I'll get into.
Awesome. And you guys already know. Oh, it's stickers. Uriel says stickers. Yeah, your stickers are not coming up, friend. Sorry about that. But you guys know I like to start this show always with the good news. So Miss Ariela's gonna go in the back, and I'm gonna ask all of y'all, what's good? Okay, guys, coming into the good news. Let's get this up here. Yes, yes. All right, we have this beautiful card right here in front of us, and this is from the what is the name? Starseed Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. And hopefully by this time on Sunday, I will have the Oracle of Apollo deck because I got it for Christmas and I've been waiting for it in the mail. All right. So here's the card for today. And the card is Inner Earth. We also see here we have Angel Celestina with the prosperity blessing, also doubly blessing us with the joy blessing, and Angel Ariel blessing us with purpose. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Inner Earth, also known as Agartha, is believed to be the hidden subterranean world within the planet itself. Many ancient cultures mention it in their stories. It's said that some of the beings of ancient lost lands, such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Arvayarta, went there. Hindu and Celtic lore mention caves and entrances to the underground worlds. Tibetan Buddhists refer to secret mystical city of Shambhala, which is thought to be located in the Himalayas. Many have searched for the inner earth in the physical world, but without success. So the mystery continues. Is it a place that exists in the physical or on another level of consciousness? There are solutions beyond what you can perceive, surprising outcomes to your problems and situations, resolutions that are in your best interest of all involved. If you find yourself facing an obstacle or feeling stuck and have no idea what to do, you're being reassured that there is a way out and you'll survive this and things will work out. If you're stuck in a rut, do something to shake up the energy and shift your thinking. Try something you wouldn't normally do. Soon you'll be able to see that whole new worlds of solutions are available. Things that were previously beyond your focus will present themselves. Helpful people, signs from the universe, and support in both expected and unexpected ways are on their way to you. But first, you need to do something different to shift your focus so that you can receive them. Wow, that is pretty powerful. And that makes perfect sense since we're coming into the end of 2020, right? So thank you, Nelsita, for being here. So there's a question here for not just my guest. Let's bring her back on. But there's a question here for all of you guys at home. And the question is, what can you do to shift your energy or your outlook? So share that in the comment section below. What can you do or what have you done to shift your energy or your outlook? And that question is for you too, Ariela.
Yes. It's for me to shift the energy as I'm now learning, because it's always an ever learning process, is to focus on your goal and to let go of what's not serving you and to move forward.
That is absolutely beautiful. And I agree. I feel like for me, shifting my focus is kind of like, when is enough enough? When are the excuses enough? And it's really about like getting down to it and then recognizing, okay, where have I been eluding myself? Where have I been deceiving myself? And let's see it for what it truly is. And now let's put our money where our mouth is and do something about it. And that's how I feel like I shift things. It's kind of like I put my foot down. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to tell myself, like I've had some weight loss over the last few months. It's kind of like, when is enough enough? When am I going to say, okay, I'll start tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. No, it has to be today. Start today. So thank you for sharing your thoughts on that with us. And of course, I would love to hear anybody in the audience, what your thoughts are. And we're going to get into, so tell me about the books that you're writing. How many books have you written?
Oh goodness, so I started in spring 2019 and I wrote 4 books within 1 year, and I'm starting my 5th. But 3 of those books, or I said the first 2 that's published, is The Sage, Goddess, and Guardian, and it's in 4 volumes.
Okay, so it's one book, but like a chronicles, like continuous?
Yes, correct.
Oh.
A series, yes.
So what inspired you to write? Have you always been a writer?
I've always been a writer as far as, in school where you journal or just make up stuff, but it wasn't, I went through I'm trying to put this, I went through a marital crisis, I guess if I could put it that way, and I redirected my energy. Again, speaking about energy, and I just felt my guides and the creator saying, you can write now. You wanted something published. I've seen other people publish things, and I said now's the time. Just like you said, now is the time. So I didn't realize I was going to make as many books as I did, and I just started. And I was always fascinated with mythology. And at that time, I'm not putting a plug in for these shows, but this is what helped my process. At that time, I discovered a show on Hulu called Lost, which's been on like from 2004 to 2010. Never saw it when it aired. And also a Netflix TV show, Sense8. I was watching those at the same time I was writing my book. So I got a lot of positive vibrations, positive inspirations from those.
And what was your goal in writing this book? What was like in the back of your mind? Like what was the purpose of you writing this book or these books?
Right. So Sage is my inner goddess. I've come to know her. She is me. I am her, though other people inspired that character. But what it is I'm a humanitarian in actual life. That's what Sage is. She's not your normal goddess. She actually cares about human beings. As if you read in mythology, most of the gods and goddesses do not care. And she does care, and she wants to bring unity and bring better things to the world. So that's my goal, is not only for people having fun reading my books, but to realize if you look within, you're your own inner god and goddess within you, and you could build these bridges in humanity. And it just starts with one person at a time. I could go on a whole other show about this, but that's what my purpose is to bring not only fun, but an actual understanding that you could do this on your own as well.
How did you discover the essence of Sage inside of you?
It was a long process. Again, as I said, I had my breakdown and I had to build myself up. And also, I don't like usually giving names, but a few people have inspired me. But one person that inspired me, I don't have his quote up right now, but you can look up his name. He's actor from The Lost. He played Saeed. He's actor Naveen Andrews. And basically, again, I don't have his quote in front of me, but he basically said, if you don't do something, if you don't do something with your life, what are you going to say at the end of it? So it made me take that. He's one of the spiritual connections in general I'll be talking about, but when I say I haven't met him in person. He now knows who I am, and he actually appreciates the books, inspiring a character, but it's his essence, and it's just his example. One examples of people inspiring. So it made me look, back to how I learned this process, it made me look inside myself and start building up and facing things on my own.
So when things started crumbling around you, because we all have this moment, the spiritual awakening, right? And everything kind of has to like go. Everything has to go. But when this was happening inside of, are you married? Are you married still?
Yes.
To the
I am
same
married
person?
to the same person, 21 years. But I said we're married, but we're not in the same place. I'll just leave it as that, because that's very private. But we're best of friends, but we're no longer, how do I put it? Again, we're no longer marriage partners, but we are legally married still.
I understand that. I understand. Yeah. And when you went through this transition, because that's really what it was, and Sage started coming into you and you started to feel inspired to write these books, was this new to you? Like this much information, or like the way the information was coming through you? Like, was it flowing? Was it effortless? Walk me through that process.
Okay, so first of all, yes, it is. And I'll use the example again. Even though we shouldn't go by TV shows, sometimes they help catapult our spiritual awakening. And again, the Sense8 show with their telepathy, when they had the big awakening. And if you've watched it, and I don't want to do any spoilers for people that haven't seen it, but when Leto, one of the characters, was at that parade, and he finally saw the truth of himself and he announced it to the world. That's what my guides were showing me. So with this Sage process, that's I wrote the first volume, and I don't recommend this for anyone writing as much passion as you have. I wrote that first volume in 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Wow.
I had so much energy, and it had to go somewhere, you know. And the second volume, it took me 6 months, and I just started the third one. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's okay because I'm a self-published author. So to get back to your question, with that spiritual awakening I've had in spring 2019, I was not used to this much energy. Throughout my life, I kind of wrote here and there, maybe it took years. Nothing on my to-do list, just for fun. But I really had a goal and a passion to do this, and this was the beginning of me being an author.
And it was all because the circumstances you went through
Mhm.
had to funnel into somewhere. Sage came in, went
Yes.
inside, and you wrote this first book in 3 weeks. How big is this first book?
Well, first of all, I gave a lot of free PDF copies, and you know, that was so money-wise, that might have been bad on my part, but it actually got a lot of attention. I'm not a top seller yet because Amazon is you got many competitors, but many people I did share it to took notice. In fact, a director, I just wanted their opinion. They said, because I do a lot of crossovers and use a lot of like Lord of the Rings, for example, and then the Marvels, DC. So it's not just a mythological book, it's a crossover book. And they said that's fine with writing when you're writing books, but if you're doing it into a screenplay, you can't use Lord of the Rings or this or this. You have to change the characters. So, but he said my book is script worthy, and that was a big thing for me. So, it touches a lot of people.
How many pages is the first book?
Estimated, they are, well, both volume 1 and 2 are between 130 and 150 pages, so it's not a novel, but it's a good size.
Did you sleep at all during those first 3 weeks? Like what did
Yes.
that timeline look like?
Well, I'm a night owl anyway, so I just a lot of times because my family's sleeping, because I also have children and everything, you know, teenage children, so I was at the kitchen table with the music blaring in the background, whatever could inspire me, and I was just writing. So I did sleep, but a lot of my time I used during my waking hours was writing my book.
Wow. That sounds orchestrated by the divine, giving you all of that energy, all of that passion, and all of that drive. And I hope people can see this in their own lives. When they feel inspired, it's a window of opportunity that's actually opening for them and for yourself. And that window does have an expiration date. So if you feel inspired, allow that energy to move you and get through whatever it is the circumstance is trying to move you through. And don't go, okay, I feel inspired today. Let's put a pin in this and put it on the calendar. We'll revisit at a later time. Like allow it to flow through you so that it can be effortless and it won't feel like work. It will feel like joy. And I'm assuming that's what this first book felt like for you. It must have just felt like this is something natural, or did it doesn't even sound like it was difficult. It just sounded like it just came through you and you were just in your mode, in your zone.
Well, what it did for me is, besides, you know, my stages, I'm 43 now, so I was 41 when this book came about, is it made one of my dreams come true. And the fact that I was 41, you're never too old or too young to have a dream come true. Because I've been hearing on the news here and there in the writing department that even, I think, I don't want to misquote the age, but either an 8 or a 10-year-old last year published their first book. So you're never too young or too old. So that window of opportunity came open. And as we're going to go into, besides my writing, it opened a lot of spiritual doors. But I want to share real quick with another, I don't know if they're viewing or will view later, because this writing in the past month, I got introduced because, you know, the LinkedIn and, you know, the websites, business websites. Speaking of my book, I found this person. They were in a music video back in the 90s. And I said, who is this person? Speaking of opportunity. And I looked up their name, and then I found them on LinkedIn. They're a director, actor, writer, so many titles. And I just happened to send a note to them saying, you know, inquiring about my book. He responded back saying he would love to collaborate with me with a few things. He introduced me to creative writing programs, which I'm now involved with. So to answer your question, it opens doors, but they are limited. But and we're friends today, and it's only been less than a month. But the point is, from 2 years ago, things are now coming together in different ways. So
So
I just wanted to tie that in there.
that's beautiful because it's showing that although you're planting a seed, it took this time for the seed to be nurtured and for it to grow and evolve. This is so divine. Let's get into the divine experience. Amp everybody's energy up. It's the midweek, of course, so we need that little going into 2021. And are you ready, Ariela, for some energy work?
Yes.
Let's do it. Everybody at home, I'm encouraging you now to go to the comment section below. From 1 to 10, where are you energetically? Think about that for a second. 1 being, this is the least amount of energy I could possibly have. I'm probably going to fall asleep and go into a coma right now. Or 10 being, I'm in my crystalline body. I'm so energized. I'm ready to tackle the world. Put it in the comment section below now. And of course, this is where you want to have your water because you're going to be drinking your water as soon as we're done this. And let's see what your comments are here in the comment section. We have Kyle. She is at a 4. Reese. Hello, Reese. You're at a 7. Diana, she's at a 7. Nelsida, she's at a 7. And Uriel, she's at a calm 7. Very good, everybody. How about you, Ariela? Where are you at?
Well, earlier in the day, I was at a 7, and now it boosted to a 10.
Yeah, I love it. All right. So we're going to go ahead now and we're going to do this for 1 minute. If you guys have never viewed this show before, you're just going to put your phone down for a second while I get this music on here and I invite the team in, and then you're going to close your eyes and we're going to do this for 1 exact minute. You can have an intention for this. More energy, healthier, more in alignment, whatever you want. Have that in your mind now. I'll give you a few seconds to think about it and I'll call the team.
Divine encounters are alive. Divine encounters, our lives designed.
Okay, now I invite you to close your eyes, and if I'm on your phone, put the phone down to your lap. Exactly 60 seconds on the clock starting now. Taking a beautiful breath in and send that down to your spinal column, down to the root of your spine, down beyond your physical body into Mother Earth, down, down, down through the many miles, grounding your energy and being supported from all of your needs just by placing this energy down, breathing into the next natural breath in and bringing in beautiful golden light. And you're going to put that golden light right into your stomach, into your willpower center, into your solar plexus. And on the exhale, releasing what no longer serves you, letting go of labels and stories. On your next natural inhale in, breathe into your heart, this beautiful golden light, and let this light fill your heart space completely and fully. And on the exhale, release what no longer serves you. On your next natural inhale in, allow it to go to your third eye. That's in between your eyebrows. This is the seat of your intuition, and this is your decision-making area. So allow yourself to breathe that in. And on the exhale, release what no longer serves you. Last but not least, at the top of your head, breathing in beautiful golden light into the top of your head, your crown chakra. This is where manifestation begins. And on the exhale, releasing what no longer serves you. One last breath into your whole entire body. Your whole entire body is luminous and gold. And on the exhale, letting go of all the stories that no longer serve you. Bringing your palm and your left palm and your right palm together to touch in front of your heart space. And we're going to bow to all of you. Thank you so very much. And you can gently open your eyes. Please do not stand up because you may be dizzy or lightheaded. We call this blissful. So please don't stand up in this very second. And now I invite you back into your bodies and put in the comment section below what you're feeling. Did you feel hot, cold, temperature changes, pressure, tingling, energy, movement, flow, even discomfort or pain? Did any memories or colors arise for you? And then give me the number you're at now after your 1 minute experience and put that in the comment section below. Ariela, we're starting with you. How are you feeling and what did you feel?
Great. As far as what I felt, just a tingling sensation, like a buzzing sensation, but I also kind of like visioned a black box. I don't know because if we're on the computer screen or what it was, but it just felt like a cleansing, like a clearing. And at the end, I'm still at the same number. But yeah, I just felt like it was just like a big buzzing of electric energy.
Nice. That's very good. For me, I felt like a clearing around my crown area, my third eye area rather. And I am at a 10 now. I think I started off like a 9.2, but I feel like at a solid 10. I felt very blissful when we came back, and I'm starting to feel a little bit giddy. Warning you guys, I'm getting a little giddy here. Reese is at an 8 now. Good for you, Reese. Uriel jumped up 2 points. She felt warm softness, and she's at a 9 now. I am in a comfortable 8, and my energy level doubled by the work, visualizing golden cleanse. Beautiful. And it will probably still continue to build up. Make sure you guys are drinking water to assist this. Reese, today, she felt her feet were vibrating. Awesome. You were definitely releasing through the bottom of your feet. That's terrific. Good job on the 8. Diana, she's up a point, and she's also calm. And Keo also said bliss. Yeah. Woohoo. I love the bliss. And Uriel says, my feet feels like it's a warm water. That's so nice. All that cleansing, everybody grounded. Goodbye, 2020. We're just letting that out. We don't need it anymore. Okay, so thank you guys for participating in that. And make sure that you guys are staying till the end of the show, where we're going to still do the intuition building experience and the midweek collective energy check-in. So back to Ariela now, because she has a supernatural story time here for us, you guys. She really does. And let everybody know at home, how did you find me? How about that? We'll start there.
Yes, well, I was in one of my twin flame groups, and a guest you've had that spoke about twin flames, which was last month. You aired her. She shared the link, and that's how I found you last week and got a hold of you.
Very nice. And I'm glad that you're here and you got a hold of me. So you're actually the first person I have on the show that you came through the show. You weren't just somebody that I knew or a student or someone in the community. You're a brand new person to me. So thank you for being here. And so you want to talk about twin flames. And so I'm going to just leave you here and let you start where you feel like the natural beginning is for this story.
Okay. Well, I like how you titled it, because I was talking about soul connections. Why should we label? Should we label at all? And you said unexpected soul connections. And I feel that my guides are saying that the connections I've had with the people I shared with you in private, that was unexpected. Any soul connection is unexpected. But first I want to make a disclaimer here before we go into the twin flames and soulmates and everything, is that not everyone you meet on your path is soul connected to you. They do have a purpose in your life, whether small or big, but not everybody is soul connected, because I hear people saying, I met such and such and we're soul connected. Well, that might be true for you, but it's not true for everybody. So just that disclaimer.
When you say that, do you mean partnership wise? Is that what you're saying? Like romantically involved people saying we're so connected, but just because you're in a relationship does not mean that you're so connected?
Okay. Yes and no. No, I'll take the no first.
Okay.
No, meaning that, again, people you meet, whether you business collaborate, your friends, doesn't mean that not everyone is soul connected. Only, from my experience, a very few people. Some of those soul connections can be romantic, some may not be. So like the twin flames, the biggest myth with the twin flames and soulmates, I'm finding out, is you have to be romantically involved. That is not true. I am not with mine. And but again, I'm just saying that everybody, they might meet like 100 people. You're not going to be soul connected to those 100 people. Maybe three, if even that, you could be soul connected with. So I don't want to confuse your viewers, but I'm just saying, everyone you meet every day, you might share. There might be a reason for them to be there,
Right.
but you might not share that soul connection. But
Right.
yeah, it's like what you just said too. Not every soul connection is a romantic. It can be soul connected for a business purpose. It could be soul connected for a new and hopefully a lifetime friendship. Then the person knows who I'm talking about. But yeah, so there's different people just want to throw the weight around the label, and that's what I really wanted to be on your show with this unexpected, and to clear up the reasons for labeling or not to label.
Okay. And why do you feel like this is important?
Right. So I feel it's important because, including myself, we tend, maybe as human nature, to need to label things. And it's funny, one of my friends had their Instagram live and we're talking about this in a creative writing way and other ways. So, so labeling came up a lot. But I guess we do it out of because we're used to doing it and we think we should do it, but I think it overburdens us
Right.
if we do it. And we're some in other cases, people just slap on labels like with twin flames or soulmates, claiming, "Oh, I'm romantically involved with this person," or "I feel a connection, so they must be this." When
Right.
my question is, if you, and again, I'm speaking from learning on my own. I go through this through my own head. Why should we label at all? Just be happy with the connection you have and learn from it.
I agree. I mean, labels are divisive, if anything. So why don't you walk us through how you discovered or why you found this important in your own life?
Okay, so, and first of all, this might be, again, going against the twin flame grain, but I've recently come to the conclusion I've met two people in my life that gave me very strong energy. I'll just put it that way, in soul connection, and I'm learning all these new terms, I guess, soul, with energy and frequency and everything. They're the same, but they're different. They're, so if you think of pillars, like I'm in the middle, one person supporting me on one side, the other person on the other side, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So when it comes to twin flames, people think you only have one twin flame because they're twins. I found out you could have multiple flames. They might not be called twin flames, but multiple flames. And
How
because
did you find this out? Or
right,
how did this appear in your life?
right. So in my life, as I mentioned, the people when I came across with them, they had this very strong energy, and my guides had shown me that saying, "Hey, you're not just meeting them just to meet them; they're actually in your life." One person is not only a twin flame but a soulmate. We've shared many past lives together, which I'm now discovering this is all new to me because of the religious upbringing I had. It was a taboo topic. And to simply put is my angels and my guides opened the door, let me see who these people, how these people were connecting to me.
Okay. And how were they connecting to you?
Very strong energy where it knocked me over. It's and again, both of them, one of them I don't know personally. Again, we know of each other. We share mutual friends, and but we don't have any actual connection to each other physically. The other person I have recently met in the past month and a half, who I mentioned, who's that writer director, and again, he didn't come out and say twin flames, but I said, and I told him the first 24 hours of the meeting, I felt this very strong pulsating. Maybe that's what you're asking me, like this heart connection.
Okay.
Like my heart was racing. It felt like someone was squeezing it and releasing it, but not in a bad way. Just as very energetic. And usually I don't do this. I have to get to know a person for a very long time. But I told him, I said, my intuition, because I had to go back to my intuition, is telling me that we're soul connected. And I didn't, again, not trying to use the labels, I didn't know twin flame, that he was part of that group. And the thing he said within only knowing me for 24 hours, he said, trust your intuition. Go with your intuition. So again, as far as soul connection, taking away the labels,
Right.
he agreed that we share a soul connection. So, but again, the more I think about with the labeling as I'm talking with you, and again, as my guides are telling me as I'm talking to you, because they're like kind of pestering me, they're like, drop the labels, forget about the labels. So,
So what importance did this bring into your life, having this connection? Because we understand how you feel
right.
about the labels now, but
Yeah.
what importance did this bring in?
Right. So it helped me in each different way. These two different people helped put a mirror in front of me, helped me face myself, look within myself, and stand up on my own. Even though I'm not by myself, they helped see me in it's like a different views of the mirror or different angles of the mirror. They helped me face my true self and showed me I just like my character Sage, I am a better person. And they showed me the better part of me.
So you feel like upon meeting these soul connections, your words. You felt like they were mirroring back something inside of you or mirroring back something to you that came to the forefront. And then you were able to then tap into and use for your own benefit.
Correct.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds absolutely fantastic. And, you know, for those of you guys at home actually watching about this, and I actually teach about love and I work with the angels and sacred geometry. And from my understanding, you know, we have soul tribes. And these soul tribes are people who are meant to come into your life. There are people you have designated in your blueprint before incarnating into this lifetime to assist you and elevate you, to reflect inside of yourself what you already knew you had, but maybe you just needed a little sprucing up. Because what essentially people are doing, they're mirroring different facets of things that you already own inside of yourself. So it's not anything new that they're reflecting back at you. That's why it's a reflection, and not a groundbreaking newness, but it's something that's coming back to you. And twin flames, you know, it's someone who is your identical other who incarnated from the same seed source as you, and not necessarily is inherently good or inherently bad, just someone who is incarnated from the same seed source as you. And you may have incarnated with them in the same lifetime, or you may not have incarnated with them in the same lifetime. And we have all of these soul buddies, and these soul buddies uplift you and help you on a specific soul mission. And that could be to learn patience, to learn peace, to learn love, to find our power. And then they can just continue to move on. And then a new soul buddy will definitely come in, And I want to bring up here, because Keo is actually typing in quite a bit of her story in here. And I just want to bring this up. She was stating her story that she was almost killed. And I was hit by a car and recovered relatively fast because I was found and treated alone. I almost most of the time and didn't reach out to anyone. I was left with a scar to remind me that my life in the souls of others in my rest. And I pick up many energies during the night, but always negatively by love relationships. So I rarely get connected because of my trauma. Do you have anything for her, Ariela?
Well, what I have for her is, first of all, I want to commend her for getting that strength to recover and to heal. But what I also do, and again, I haven't gone what she went through, but it sounds like, and I don't want to put words in her mouth or anything, but it sounds like she's going into the hermitist mode, into the hermit mode. Don't do that. Always extend one way or another, physically or spiritually. Call on your guides, call on the creator, call on your friends physically if you need that help. So please don't go into I'm not saying she said that, but I, again, commend her for doing well, but always don't, when it comes to like love relationships, I understand why we get scared or what, and I'm trying to read her question or understand what she's saying. We do tend to shield ourselves, but if it feels right, follow your intuition and don't be afraid to love again. And just don't be hidden from that. But be careful and be very, I would say be very selective. Some people say don't be selective. I'm like, yes, you got to be selective. You got to protect yourself.
Be discerning, for sure.
Discerning, yes.
Yeah, that's great advice. And a closed heart brings closed energy. So opening your heart doesn't necessarily mean that someone is going to come and rip it out, but opening your heart allows beauty and joy to take reign. And when we can see and appreciate the beauty and the joy that's already around us, we are so blessed, so unbelievably blessed. And if you need a reminder, you guys, on how blessed you are, go to YouTube. I encourage you. I watched this last night. Go to YouTube and types in Oprah visits India. And that is going to make you realize that you don't live in a family of 5 people in a 10 by 10 square foot piece of house and living there for 2 generations, more than 30 years, and with no escape. So I would recommend watching that and allow it to give you some contrast to see how many blessings you are. And you're saying you almost got killed. You almost died. The blessing is you didn't die. What could have took you out didn't, because you were being protected. And that's really important to notice and to appreciate, that you were protected and that the worst things that could have happened didn't. Okay, here's one more thing she's saying to you. I got very highly charged energy surrounding people who have or have had trauma. So I'm looking for love, but can't do it alone because I feel crazy for experiencing highly charged death fear.
Yeah, so I understand what she's saying. I'm an empath myself, and again, I don't like using TV words, but I looked up the word sensate. It actually means enhanced. Our senses are enhanced. So, so what I would recommend is, again, I understand, that she's picking up, being around these different people, and just again, just don't be afraid to put yourself out there, but guard yourself. And like you said, be very discerning. And the right person, I'm learning this with me, whether it be friendships or romantic, whatever the case may be. The right people will come
Absolutely.
in your path when it's time.
Yes. And identifying with our victimhood in ourselves is going to create victimhood outside of ourselves. I was fully disabled. Some of you guys don't know my story, but I'm coming through that 7 years of being disabled, having someone cater to you 24 hours a day, brush my hair, take me into the shower, make my food. I couldn't do anything, literally anything, without someone else helping me. Associating to that victimhood brings more victimhood. Associating to joy brings more joy. Find the things to be joyful, and you're going to see the shift happen. We just started off this whole episode with what can we do to shift, right? So I think that's really cool that we've come full circle in this right now. But speaking of full circle, Ariela, how about we test not just your psychic ability, and you had some great advice here, but everybody else's psychic ability too here this evening with the Apollo Games. Let's get it. Okay, guys, this is when I give you guys a psychic question, and you're going to do your best to answer it. And if you win, you're going to get from me and Ariela. She's giving away things too. We're two Oprahs here. You're going to get from us a social distancing, one of a kind, certified high five. And we know you want it because it's coveted. So make sure that when this question comes up, you drop your answer in the comment section below, and go ahead, invite the kids, invite the wife, invite the husband, invite the neighbor if you have to. All right, so here's the question. Let's go.
What word is etched on the other side of this rose quartz? Is it balance, patience, abundance, love? Put your comment in the comment section below now.
Okay, so your option were balance, patience. I forgot what the third thing was. Wait a minute. Balance, patience, abundance, and love. I never remember them. So you have to the end of this song to figure it out. You too, Ariela. No pressure, no pressure. Think about it. Okay, you're going to lead the pack here, Ariela. So what do you feel like is etched on the other side of that quartz, rose quartz crystal?
Why don't we just go with balance?
Balance. I love it. Okay. Uriel says, I don't know if my neighbors are home. Neighbors, are you home? Keo says, love. And I do want to show this one little thing here. This is for Keo. You're not crazy. I feel that too. It comes from my past experiences as a cancer patient and seeing my friends die. I'm getting better at telling what are my feelings and what others' feelings, and acknowledging them and respecting them without having to fully experiencing them myself. Oh, I love you, April. She's like my shining student. She really is. I love her. And she also says balance. Reese says love. And Uriel says balance. Okay, guys. It seems like you guys have hit the button. This is your final answer. Let's go.
What word is etched on the other side of this rose quartz? Is it balance, patience, abundance, love? Put your comment in the comment section below now. Reveal time! Did you say balance?
Hey, everybody gets a high five. Woo! Good job, everybody. Ariela, you guys are getting so good at this. Wow, almost everybody got it right. And for those of you who didn't get it right, there are no losers here in Divine Encounters, just Sunday night to try again. So, but you get the fist bump. Boom, 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 boom. For those of you who didn't get it. Good job, everybody. Yeah, everybody's so hype. You should pat yourselves on the back. Okay. So I just want to say to Ariela, thank you for being here so very much today. And can you tell everyone at home where they can get a hold of you, how they can get a hold of your books, in case they feel inclined to go and purchase them, please?
Yes, well, get a hold of any of my books, not just Sage. You could go to Amazon. It's on Amazon Kindle. And you could also find me on Facebook and Instagram.
And for you guys at home, if you're into fiction and mythology, in the comment section below, I actually plugged in the link. But if you're more of a visual person, go ahead and just screenshot this right here, Sage, Goddess, and Guardian, with Ariela Strauss. And then we're going to go ahead and give you her Facebook. And her Facebook's public, so she's willing to communicate with you and be your friends here in Facebook land. So go ahead and screenshot that, guys, and let that roll. Oh, you did it! I see some more excited people here. Hold on, that they did it. Yay! You did it! All right, thank you, Ariela. I'm gonna pop you into the green room for just a minute, and we're gonna get into the last midweek collective check-in for the year of 2020. So stay tuned because I'm about to bring you the forecast. Okay, so we're here now with the forecast. Let's get this real nice and big. All right, let's see what is happening, coming in store for the rest of the week. Leaving 2020. Goodbye, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, ciao. Oh, this is really nice. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So a lot of us here, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. There's these women and they're like attached by these little, let me see if I can get it closer, by these little tethers. Yeah, and one's even going to the moon. So it's like she's leaving behind the known and going to the unknown. Like none of this, they're looking forward, looking up to the sky for inspiration, for divine guidance. It's like, we don't know where we're going, but we know that we're on our way here. And I feel like this is a very important thing for a lot of us. It's kind of like we're so caught up in getting to the next step that we don't appreciate the journey. So appreciate the journey, appreciate the floating up, up and away as the earth becomes smaller and the troubles start to dissipate as you make your way towards your next bookmark. I feel like this is the comfortable thing to say here. We have the Sun card. Wow, freedom, free-spirited, natured, innocence. When I see the Sun card is the happiest card in all of the tarot deck, and it's basically showing things are going to be successful. It's a yes if you're looking for a yes or no question. If you have a yes or no question, need an answer. This is a yes. It's saying there's movement happening here. We had a lot of stagnation for many of us this year, and we're moving through that. Happiness is abound. Passion is abound. This is a very fiery sign. So this is fire energy. Something, I feel like new birth, creations are coming up here. Yes. And coming back into this first card where it says unbound, releasing soul patterns and contracts, this new card is saying, don't let your past hold you back. South Node. These are about your emotions in the South Node position in astrology. Don't let your past hold you back. So if you feel like you had a negative situation, and I kind of feel like this is in alignment, right, Ariela, with what we were just talking about. If you're in a negative situation, like Keo expressed, or like April expressed, this is the past now. That check has already been written. It has already been cashed, and holding on to the paper is not going to do anything but add storage to your drawer. So you don't need it. All right. I'm not saying forget the past, but I'm saying forgive yourself for what the past looked like and see yourself for who you are now in this moment. And then direct a course, chart a course to who you are going to become in the future. Stop telling the same stories. Stop telling the same victimhood stories. Stop holding on. That is not your story anymore. How I got through my illness is I stopped telling the same story. I unbound myself from that. That may have been who I am, but it's not going to be who I will become. The totem animal this week is goat. Oh, here we go. Goat, act from your innate wisdom. All right. Goat is basically a master of his environment. If you ever seen those like mountain goats when they're crawling up these crazy mountains that otherwise you're like, how can you even hold yourself up there? It's like, how can you even hold yourself up there? And you have like no clue. It's like because they have practiced this so much, they have become so adept to where their environment is that they have become masterful in their environment. So it's very important to know, where can you shine your light in your life and become more masterful there. Find what you're naturally gifted at. If it's talking, if it's your personality, your soul wants to express itself through your personality. Okay, your personality is the part of you that is connected to something that is greater than yourself. And when you tap into that from an empowered heart space, you radiate that back into the world, and people can feel that love from you. They can feel that light from you. You have a beauty and attraction, and you become magnetic, and all of those places, circumstances, and situations that come through are going to be because you're aligning that personality with your soul in the empowered heart space and living your soul's mission. And if you don't know what you want in this moment in time, that's totally okay. But allow yourself to ask the questions. What is it do I want? What am I unbounding from, and where do I want to go? And we talked about mirrors a little while ago and how other people can make you feel. And the people in your life are always going to be a mirror that reflects you. So if you feel like the people in your life are reflecting negative aspects of yourself or making you feel lesser than who you know you are meant to, because universe has spoken a promise unto your life, and you are not less than anybody else. Let me tell you, okay? You are not less, no matter what anyone makes you believe. But it is maybe how you're feeling somewhere in the inside. And this is why you're tolerating it, because somewhere deep inside of you, you just can't let that go. And it's time to let go of the past. It's time to let go of the people, places, situations that no longer serve you. It's time to let go of who you once were, because you're about to step into your glory. Your guys are about to step into your power. 2021 is going to be a crazy, powerful year. Look at this. We had this is funny. We had the game, and the answer was balance, and Angel Faith is now blessing everybody with balance. These are not tarot cards. These are blessing cards that I am expediting this energy into your energy field through sacred geometry and the angel portal that I opened before the feed. So all you have to do is claim this. Angels want to work with you. They want to help you, but you have to claim it. So go ahead and claim it in the comment section below that you want balance in your life. Angel Sarah is additionally blessing everybody with ease. Ease is basically the expectation that doors will open, and soulmates and soul buddies of all forms are going to lend a helping hand on your journey. So I hope this resonates with everybody. And if it doesn't, it's just a general reading, but I hope that it is in alignment with who you are. I know there's something great right there around the horizon. We just have to be patient, diligent, and disciplined, and in our truth. Okay, I am bringing Ariela back on here so we can do our final, see if she has any thoughts on what the card said or any insight or any addition to it.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, when we had to ask what was underneath that rose quartz, I can see that my mind is being sharp tonight. And also those cards, I won't say funny, it's just something how my guides are aligning everything we spoke about tonight, and it came up in every card that you showed tonight. So it looks like things are balancing out and lining up. At least that's how I took it.
Yeah, it's like it is showing us and validating for us what we already know. And that's what synchronicities are, right? It's kind of like the inner knowing and the balancing. I mean, the inner knowing and the validating of that. And it's very important because we seek that validation so that way we can go forward on our path knowing we're supported. And that's what it's all about, is knowing that we are supported. Ariela, I can't thank you so much enough for you being here today. You guys know where to reach her. If you need to reach her or get her book, self-published author, that is a lot of work, guys. So, make sure that you help a sister out. Help a sister out. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I am live streaming every Wednesday with your supernatural story time, a different guest every single week, and Sunday nights with your horoscope and blessings forecast. Not your mama horoscopes, but you're actually getting a blessing with my horoscopes too. It's being expedited into your energy field every single episode, guys. And you're not going to see that anywhere else. So make sure you guys revisit me on Divine Encounters this Sunday when we begin season 2. Season 2 is coming. Oh my goodness. I am just thankful for everybody here for allowing season 1 to happen. It was a short season. We only had about 3 months. So about 47 episodes for season 1. Always on the replay here on if you look at the banner, you can see all the platforms we are on. The replays are always there for all the supernatural story times, as well as your horoscope blessings and predictions. And I just can't really thank you guys enough for all of your unwavering support, for assisting me, for allowing me to be who I am, for allowing this show to come through. This has been a really crazy year, and I'm just so happy to be of service to all of you. And remember that this show is about spreading love and light and joy. May you go forward and cultivate that in your own life. Go forward and create divine experiences. But above all else from me, may you go in love, light, and wisdom to know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has your back. Ciao.
I am the oracle of power. Come grant mercies with me. This guidance is